you know. Okay, I am so excited. So obviously, as you can tell, if you watch the replay on this, today is Cinco de Mayo, and we all dressed up, and Giovanna wins tonight. We'll just say that.
Except for me.
And but we are.
I have a margarita. Woo-hoo!
Oh! See, this is why Zooms sometimes are great, but we need to be in the same room, right? When you have something like that. Okay. So we are excited to have Katie with us, Katie Ciccarelli. I'm so pumped to hear what happened to her business last month. She's going to share all the things. We're going to be able to ask questions, and I'm going to we're just going to take it as it is and go with it. And I cannot wait for you to just hear all the amazing things that God did in her business last month. And that is exactly what we do. We put prayer in everything that we do and all of that. So I know that you guys are going to really connect with that because she does the exact same thing. So Katie, tell them a little bit about you first so that everybody knows. And make sure everybody's muted if you're not muted, please. Oh, Rachel, awesome hat. Sorry, awesome hat, Rachel. Okay.
Hey everyone, I'm Katie. So I met Cassie 2 years ago on the Plexus cruise, and we kind of she was looking for the Wi-Fi for the ship, and my husband knew how to do it anyway. So that's kind of how we connected. It was kind of like we were standing in line, and she was like, "Hey, do you guys know how to get the Wi-Fi on?" And my husband's like, "Yeah, let me see, I'll figure it out." Yeah. Anyway, so that's how we met, and then we just kept bumping into each other, in Key West, the Bahamas. We just kept seeing each other. So then we came home, we just started talking, and that's how our friendship started. So anyway, I've been with Plexus for 3 years. I started sharing with the business in mind April of 2018. So exactly 3 years ago last month. I didn't start because of the business. I started to get well from my autoimmune condition I was dealing with. The business was something that just happened because I signed as a wholesaler. And when I started having really good results, then I just started sharing those. My upline was like, "You have to post about this. You have to post about this." So I did, very naively. I just kind of put it out there on our Facebook page. I've been using these products for 6 weeks. I've noticed incredible results. I'm so thankful the Lord sent them to me. And that's kind of how my first post went down. It was just a picture of my feet, how they had been during my illness, and then 6 weeks on Plexus. And then people started messaging me. So the business was something that just kind of happened. I wasn't very serious about it. I had 3 little ones under 2.5 years old. And so I was really busy. I didn't think I had a lot of time. And so we were traveling in ministry in the country. And so we weren't home a lot. Life was just very crazy. So I didn't make time. It wasn't a necessity for me. And I also worried about what other people would think of me because I didn't want to be that person that was annoying and posting on my page. I had a private Instagram. I didn't want a lot of people on there knowing my business. And so it wasn't something that really appealed to me until December of that year. So April was my first post. December of 2018, I realized our family needed what we could do with an extra $1,000. If I could just hit gold, I was at silver. I had probably 30 people on my team by this point because I signed somebody who had signed quite a few people, but they weren't consistent. I didn't do regular IPA. I didn't really do consistent customer service. So I didn't know a lot. Our team was still learning. We had kind of a young team. And so we were just kind of all new, trying to do whatever. So with that in mind, December happened, and I was like, God, our family could use an extra $1,000 a month. If I could just go gold, I would be so happy with that. And so January, we kicked it up to high gear. I got focused. I started posting every day. My upline did a 100-person reach out the last weekend of December, and we worked really hard. She offered a gift card if you were to reach out to 100 people. I did that and went gold in January. And that is where everything just kind of changed for me. And so 4 months later, I went senior gold. 4 months later, I went ruby. And then 5 months later, I hit senior ruby last April. So exactly a year ago last month, I went senior ruby. But I worked really hard to get senior ruby to where I was just over, when you go for such a big push. Actually, Cassie and I were pushing together. She went emerald, I went senior ruby, and you guys, had never hit senior ruby again because I was so exhausted. I had pushed for the contest. I had pushed and earned silver stars and ranked up all in the same month. And I just literally had so much mom guilt because I wasn't prioritizing my time. I felt like I just didn't need to be doing this. I had my children, and I felt a lot like I was just, abandoning them, and my husband and my family. My house was falling apart. I just couldn't do it all. And so I literally took off all the month of May last year. I took off most of the month of June until convention happened. And then, that kickstarts you back into high gear again. And you're like, okay, I can do this. So, but in July, I kind of went back into the same rut. I was kind of sleeping, didn't really care. We were like traveling a lot, and I was posting. I was doing the work of a gold at a senior Ruby status. So I was doing the things. I was encouraging my team. I was getting on doing Zooms. I was doing the basics, but I wasn't doing senior Ruby level. So I didn't deserve to be there anyway, but I wasn't going anywhere up. That's for sure. My points just kept dropping. So finally, last fall, it was kind of like, I really need this. Our family needs it. My husband stepped away from his full-time job. And so Plexus was our only income, and it wasn't getting bigger because I wasn't doing the work to get it bigger. So come January, I was like, you know what? I'm not pushing for this convention contest this year. I need emeralds. I need to re-rank. Number one, I need to re-rank senior Ruby. I need it. Our family needs this stability. And then COVID happened. And March was the worst month I've ever had in a year. I had 530 pay points, 536 pay points. I signed one person. My team signed 8 out of all of us. And that's hundreds of people. And we signed 8 people. And so when I went into April last month, it was kind of like, it's too hard right now. People cannot, like, we can't do this. We can't spend all this money. Like, I'm not pushing people to spend money. I know what it feels like. Our water heater went out. My husband doesn't have a job. I had, barely Ruby pay. Like, it was a lot. Like, I just had a lot going on. I was homeschooling my kids. I'm like, God, I can't do it all. I just can't. And, but you know what? He started showing me my mindset was not good. I was in a very negative, like, woe is me mindset. Like, it's too hard right now. Nobody, like, everyone needs this, but nobody can afford it, so they're going to buy it. And that was kind of what I was thinking. So all of that negativity, it finally just, I think through just prayer one day, I kind of realized where I was. And I was like, you know what, God, if you instead of looking at COVID as this horrible curse, I was like, you know what, this could be a blessing. I am home more. Everyone else is home and bored. They're looking for things to do. They need this money. They need the stimulus we had last month. They need these products to stay healthy throughout this scary time. And so I think the Lord just turned my mind from being like, woe is me, it's too hard, to I have a gift and I have to give it to as many people as possible. And so I started just pouring that into my team, a lot of prayer. And by this point, it was like the 18th of April. And we had been doing some decent signups, especially considering the month before. And my goal was to just re-rank Senior Ruby. I thought if I could at least hit Senior Ruby, it will be a super successful month, especially where I ended last month. And then all of a sudden, we had hit Senior Ruby, and I was like, well, we're not slowing down. I think that we could keep moving. And so I just prayed over my team. I Zoom called every person, every leader on my team, and I walked them through their entire downline. I said, okay, you need to reach out to these people, these people, these people. These people need to be deleted from the back office, and we need to re-sign them and get them fresh started. And then I just did that with each person. It took a lot of time, but I got everybody working their own legs. And then I focused on my people, and then people who maybe their sponsor doesn't work the business, reaching out. And then every person that we signed, we tried to do an event for to get them to get their first stimulus or their second stimulus. And so by the end of April, it was a miracle. That's nothing shy of a miracle. We ended up going emerald. So we jumped 1,200 pay points because I ended up with almost 1,800 pay points. And everyone on my team ranked that was pushing for a rank. Everybody hit their goals because we focused on their goals, and then everybody rose together. There is an Emerald training call by Christy Jex and Brooke Hemingway and Emily Gibson, and it literally, and I think Cassie, you shared this, but it was talking about Christy was getting ready to push for a certain big rank, and she's like, I don't want to be the one up on the high dive jumping off and being like, yay, I jumped off, I did it. And then everybody else is still on the ladder. She's like, everybody needs to get their cute little butts up here on top of this platform, and we're going to jump together. And we're doing this as a team, and we're going to all rise together. And that's exactly, I sent the clip, I screenshotted the clip, videoed it, put it on my team page. I'm like, okay, guys, we're going for emeralds. And it's not me going for emerald. It is you hitting senior gold that's going to make this happen. It's you hitting gold that's going to make this happen. And everybody just did it. And we worked really hard, like insane hours. It was not easy. Nothing that's valuable is ever comes easy. It just doesn't. But it happened. And I look back at the month and I'm just like, I don't even know. God did it. He stretched our days. We prayed every day. Lord, please stretch out our hours while we're working so that we can get more accomplished throughout the day. And then please stretch out our sleep. So when we go to bed at 2 a.m. and get up at 8 a.m. or more than that, like, please amplify our sleep so that we get good rest, so we wake up refreshed, so we don't get sick during this time, that we can keep working really hard. We prayed even those kinds of prayers because we needed that extra strength from him. We prayed his word back to him. Lord, you said you have not because you ask not. You said you own, you want to, pour out your blessing on us. You said no good thing with you will withhold from people that are wanting to do your will. You said that you want to supply all of our needs according to your riches. And we asked him for big things. And I feel like when your Bible says when the Bible says that his word will not return void, when you say the words out loud and you believe it, like, he promises it won't return void to him. So all of those things were just things that we did together all at one time in last month. And I know that every single one was a key or a puzzle piece that just made it all work out. So that was it.
Oh my gosh. But it's crazy. If you really heard that, she ended at 5:36 and grew all just by pouring into her people, getting what they need. This is for you guys and your teams too, pouring into what they need and doing events right as they sign on. And so when you were signing those brand new people, tell kind of like, what would you say to those people that would encourage them to be okay with an event?
Right. So we just made it super fun, and we just kind of made it sound like this is what everybody does. So we're like, oh my goodness, we're so excited. We kept it really high energy. Like, we're so excited you're getting started with your products. So what we're going to do next, just telling them, this is what we're doing. Don't giving them, would you like to do this? There's the power in manipulating like their thoughts to agree with you. So if you say, do you want to, then they have to make that decision. Oh, maybe I don't have time to do it. I say, we are going to this event with you. It is so simple. I'm doing all the work. All you have to do is invite your friends. And then during the event, you're just going to be tagging those friends in the live videos. We're going to have 3 or 4 quick lives. Basically, somebody's going to jump on. I'm going to share my story. My friend's going to share her story. And then you're just tagging your friends in those videos. And then at the end of that, we're going to have the gut health survey where it's like, if you have any of these symptoms, comment below. If you're, 1, 4, 5, 7, whichever ones you relate to, that was a giveaway. So it was like giveaway post, comment below which of these that you react to, because then we're like, oh, that person needs Starbucks. Oh, that person needs this combo. You already kind of know by their answers, and everyone wants to answer because they want to get entered into the giveaway. Because in our old events, we've done hundreds of events, just like you guys. But in the old ones, it was like 30 posts. I mean, maybe at least 15 to 20. And it was, I'm not a green personality. It was too much information. Yeah. And like, people don't read it. And so even if you're tagging them, they're like, oh, another 100 words to read. This was like, they're on. And also what we did was, so we started the event off, we welcomed, somebody jumped on and welcomed them. And then we did a game right away. So we did a purse scavenger hunt. So we're like, okay, guys, make sure you grab your purses at the beginning of the call, or we put a note like, grab your purse and bring it to the first event or whatever. And so, for the first live. So we did like the baby shower, wedding shower gift game where you take your purse and you dig through it, and you're like, if you have any bobby pins in your purse, comment how many below. That's how many points you get. And then it kept people commenting, interacting, and we're laughing. And the person, like, I'm live going, okay, dig in your purse. If you have a used tissue, like, how many used tissues do you have? So instead of being like you're reading it and being like commenting things, like, I can be like, oh my goodness, Rachel has like 7 used tissues. And you're like just being silly and just having fun. Because a lot of it is, we've been stuck in for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, some of us longer. We're bored to death. And like, it was just a way to just have fun with other women and men on some of them. On the men's events, we did like a lives and giveaways kind of title versus a girls' night out, just because we wanted them to not feel that it was just for women. And I actually had my husband go live in those groups. And then I had my other friend's husband do a testimony as well, just so that they felt like, the guys were included. Plexus wasn't just for girls. We had like 3 guys sign up. So, I mean, like, they want it too, especially if they can see some people that have used the products. So don't limit it to just girls' night, but like, you kind of tailor it to your friends that are coming. So I asked my friends, I was like, okay, you invited your crowd. Is it mainly older women? Is it mainly like people our age? Do you have a lot of men coming? Like, and so it was good to know those specific items, so I could be like, it wasn't the purse scavenger hunt that night. I did like a never have I ever broke my arm. If you haven't broken your arm, comment, and whoever had like done the least won the giveaway. So you can make it for anybody, any age, any like demographic, and like fewer games if it's like older people who really don't want to do all that. You just make it happen. So we'd start out with a fun game, and then I'd be like, okay, so Joanna's jumping on. She's the one who started telling me about Plexus, and I can't wait for you to hear her story. And so then she jumped on. She announced the winner of the game before. She was like, oh, so-and-so won the first game. We're so excited. Make sure you message us afterwards. We'll send you your gift card. And then she shares her story. And then like the next person would jump on, and then they would do a new game. So whether it was like we did this toilet paper roll scavenger hunt where they had to, or like a hunt where they had to go and run and comment how many rolls of toilet paper they had in their whole house, and the person with the most won. Just random things that like normally we wouldn't play a game, but during COVID, like toilet paper is a thing. So like making it relevant for you where you are. So if there's a holiday coming up, you could have said, oh, it's Cinco de Mayo. If you had tacos tonight, comment below, first person, whatever, you win, whatever. Like just make it relevant in the future to whatever month you're in, maybe tailor it to Mother's Day or tailor it to Father's Day, whatever. So we did that. So we did 2 games. Another game was like, comment below your picture of your perfume, and we're gonna like, we'll pick a random winner. Just stuff to keep people doing it and interacting. Then we would jump right into our testimony about Plexus. And then at the end, we just did that one gut health post. They comment below, and then we wrapped it up with a discount. Like we said, okay, tonight you can order for, it's going to be $89 plus an additional $20 off. So we would like split the code, add on. And then that for those people oftentimes went silver the same night, if not by the next morning. We had almost 30 silvers happen last month. And I know it was because of the events, like just crazy.
That is insane. And so I'm wondering now if any of your teammates got silver stars because of that. You know what I mean? Was that on?
I haven't fingers. I've been waiting to hear. I don't know, but Deb had 18. So it was her last chance because she ranked senior Ruby. And so that's what happened to me last year. I went senior Ruby as my last chance, and I got it. And but like there was that Jesus guy who has 47. So I'm like,
I know.
Oh, that's a lot of silver. So, but there's 3 options. So I'm hoping, my fingers are crossed that she gets it, because it was her last chance to do it. And like, it's been on her dream board for like 3 years. So, but we won't know. I don't know when they tell us, maybe payday, maybe they'll let her know. So I don't know. I haven't heard, but I have my fingers crossed for her. So.
I love it. Okay. I'm going to open it up and see if anybody has any questions really quick about, okay, Kathleen, already up. Go for it, girl.
I forget it, because as you were talking, I thought of something that I've been struggling with. We have all these great deals for new ambassadors, but there's not much going on for customers. So if you have potentials that you know for whatever reason you just don't think they would be a good ambassador and that's not the path they need to go on, how do you attract new customers, and what's that conversation like? How is it different?
Okay, so I had this talk right before COVID happened. We went on a retreat with our team, and we had it in Nashville where 4 of our diamonds actually live. So Jennifer Leith is one of my favorite diamonds. She's on our team, and she came to it and did this talk. And we were talking to her about PV. It came up because in February, my PV was like 3,200. I had insane PV. So that doesn't usually happen, but it had just happened in February. So March, we were talking about it. She's like, oh my goodness. She's like, I hardly ever even hit 500. And I'm like, how are you a diamond and you never hit 500 PV? Like, that's insane. She goes, no, I don't let friends sign up as customers. And I'm like, but what if they only want to buy a bag of Slims? She goes, I always upsell them. I'm like, you don't ever sign customers? So I'm like, I was up the mindset of, if they're not going to be consistent, then they aren't going to be an ambassador, because I don't want partial PVers forever in my back office. She said, no, you tell them, like, they don't want just the Slim. They've got to have MetaBurn to go with it, because the results are going to be so much better. She's like, I upsell everybody. And I was blown away. I'm like, you're a diamond. Obviously, it's working for you. So we didn't sign, I don't even know if anybody signed a customer last month. When we do these posts about Slim, like try a bag of Slim, we did try a bag of Slim, get 2 products free, because it was $89 to buy a welcome kit, which is cheaper than a customer bag of Slim. And then they got a bag of Active and Ease, or they got the triplex combo. So we were like, that's how we upsell them. So they're going to have 3 products instead of 1 for more money. And they're a member now. And if they even love just Slim and MetaBurn, that's still 100 PV. So if they wanted to drop one other product, they could still order those 2. They're going to qualify. Their results are actually going to be really good, because a bag of Slim is great. But we all know that the triplex is going to get those gut health properties. They're going to get the digestive system working. It's just going to be a lot more effective, and they're going to see those results so much better than if they're just drinking Slim. My aunt did Slim like 3 times under my cousin's name, my uncle's name, and her name, and she returned all the bags And she's like, I just didn't see anything. And I'm like, you need to try the triplex. You're bloated. You only go to the bathroom once a week. Like, you have other problems, and Slim cannot fix those things. And so today she even reached out to me, and I'm like, and she just still doesn't want the Slim. So I'm like, okay, Ease, X Factor Plus, Bio Cleanse, and Probio. Just try that kit for me. And then I'm hoping she sees some results, because some people you can't talk into it. But like, for the most part, we didn't give the option. And I had that on Diamond's word. She's like, I don't let my friends pay that much money for the same products. And I'm like, okay, well, that's a different like way to look at it. So I don't know that anybody signed as a customer last month. My PV was stinky. It was barely 500, but I mean, I signed 21 people. And so it worked. I don't know. So yeah.
I love that. And I think the biggest thing, if y'all can tell, it's all confidence. Her confidence in the products, and whoever she talked to was already there. So whether she thought that they weren't going to be a good customer, or a good ambassador or not, the confidence, if you're telling them, if you're already saying they're not going to be, then it's going to show that. You're going to portray that. So I think that's why, 21 people in 1 month, it was confidence, boldness, braveness, all the things. And that is how you get your business going. If
well,
they
and a lot of
one
it is
out,
that we let them stop with a bag of Slim. We
Yeah.
say, buy Slim at our price. So we give them the $11 discount, and then we let them be our customer. And that's great. I love having free ADPV going around in my back office. But I would rather have a business builder who might secretly love her products, but she only ever tried Slim, and we may never reach out to that person again, because they just always buy Slim every single month. They don't even know what there is. And I think that's another problem going customer route. We kind of like settle instead of telling them, look, you're saving money. You're going to have much better results faster, most likely. And like, obviously not promising anything, but like, if you're using more products, you will see more changes. It's just like the law, basically.
Okay, so I have a question. Everybody raise your hand if you joined for the business. Proof right there. None of us.
Yeah,
None of us.
I have a couple coworkers that I used to work with, and they're about 70 years old. And so they're hardly ever on the computer. They're really hard to get a hold of. And they're huge skeptics. And so I've been working with them, talking to them for like 3 months, and just can't seem to get them to actually do it.
So what I do with people like that, who I know are probably not going to order, if they are, say they signed as a member and then they never order, I just tell them, hey, I have a discount. I'm putting an order through, and I just order for them, knowing that they're only going to be a partial order. So instead of having them pay a customer price, like if you truly know they can't afford to pay the customer price, just tell them you'll order it and give them free shipping. You're going to earn more with the PV. I just order a one-time order under myself. Like my brother would order just under me because he didn't want to always order 100 PV. And so I would gladly take his bag of Slim or 2 bags of active order, add it to my PV, boost my PV, give him free shipping. We both win. And then he's getting the best deal. And I feel like I'm helping him, but he's still helping me. And it comes out pretty even. But that way if they're not ready to sign as a member and order a couple products, just offer them then to do it for them. You don't even have to give them free shipping. You can just say, hey, I will gladly give you my price. You can PayPal me the amount, or write me a check, and I'll be glad to send that to you, because that way they're getting it and they're not paying the extra $12. You're getting the PV, which is better than, no PV. So that's what I would say. Instead of, especially if they are older and most likely not going to be doing a business, they get signed. If they have the money, you could sign those kind of people as a customer. But that would be my, what would be the word? That would be my exception, probably an older person that just has the money but doesn't want to deal with it.
And I think the bad thing is I train my team not to, because the thing that I find is that most people, they lose out on that 60-day money back guarantee. And I've seen people be like, well, I don't like it. Where's my money back? Like, how do I get that back? And so I think it's fine as long as people definitely tell them up front that this is a win.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, that is the only thing that I would say, is that it does boost your PV and things.
Yeah.
But I have seen it gone the other way. So just be careful on who you do that with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would just say ask your knowledgeable leader first before you do that, and Cassie will tell you.
Okay, anybody else?
So when you were going for like your rank, how did you map it out? I'm just kind of curious how you personally mapped it out. How do you know?
So starting out, obviously I wasn't going for emeralds by any means. I knew what I needed to get to senior ruby, and that just kind of happened, which sounds whatever, but I knew how many points I had going out, like in subs, and I kind of took away about 10 just in case people hadn't ordered, they didn't go through. And then from there, I knew, well, if I'm senior ruby, I need 150 more people so I hit emeralds. And so I randomly made a countdown. I don't know if you saw the video, but I did a countdown with my kids, and I put 150, and it actually wasn't super accurate to do it that way because I got a lot of 4s and 5 team members signing people. So their points are only worth, like, their people are worth like 3 points. So technically I needed like more than that. But I tried to just keep it on a scale of, I want to be at this point by this time. So I knew, like, okay, by the 21st, I want to be at least 1,000 paid points or whatever it was, the number. And then I knew, okay, I need to start signing 33 people today. We have to get 30 people, or I broke it down by people instead of points. I had the number of orders written out, but it was more like by the people. So the goal each day was usually about 12 to 15 people. So I was like, okay, you guys, I'm going to shoot for 20. And then if we got 12, it was still good. It was still what we needed, but usually we were signing between 15 and 18 a day the last 2 weeks of the month, it's totally a miracle. Like, that is not normal. We signed 117 in the last 5 days of the month. Like, that's crazy. I don't even know how it happened. It just happened. Like, it didn't just happen, but like the Lord did it. But I was more like, I figured out each day what I had left to do by the 29th, because I was praying to end on the 29th and not the 30th, because I didn't want to be in the back office mess on the 30th, because it's always insane. So I was like, I do not want to have a heart attack after I rank because it's the 30th and I'm pushing. So I prayed specifically that my level 1 and I would rank up on the 29th, and that's what happened, which was amazing. But I divided out how many orders I still needed. And so I knew, okay, I need at least 14 orders today. And so I just prayed for that specifically, told our people, okay, if your team can add 3, if your team can do this, and let's push this many orders through. And then the numbers just happened. But we were just all working so hard. We had sometimes like 5 and 6 events in one night, and we were just tag teaming, like, okay, you open up this event and then I'll jump on at this time, and then you switch over to my event and then I'll do your event. And like, we had my uplines doing it. We had like sidelines doing it. Like, it was crazy. I mean, there were nights I was up till after 3 or 4 in the morning because I have a California team. So they're up brainstorming till midnight, and then like back up in the morning to do school because my daughter has online classes right now. So it was not a very healthy thing to do, but it was 2 weeks. Anyone can do that for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, I survived, and I am not bitter about it at all. So it's one of those things where sometimes you do have to just push hard. And Brooke Hemingway says this, whenever you have a big dream, it is not going to organically happen. You have to push. And the push might be like, I'm pushing in January and I hit it at 1,200 points and I don't make it. So then by April, when we push again, we're going to hit it that time. And that's kind of like, that's exactly what happened to my upline. She tried last January to hit emeralds, and we were a little shy, but then in April, she crushed it. And that's what happened. Well, my story is just the Lord. I cannot take credit for it. So it's not typical, but like, those hours we put into it, like, we're definitely, we sowed a whole lot of seed, and we were consistent, even though my month of March did not show consistency because it was like 8 people we signed. Like, we were still working. It just was a hard month because of COVID. But then I think the stimulus checks came out, the tax checks were coming home. But here's the thing that I was sharing with my team, ladies, we have tax season until July this year, not till April or May. Our tax season, we get taxes all the way till July. We have stimulus checks still coming, and I have friends who have not gotten theirs yet. So you know what that means for us? If we push hard this month of May, we can rank this month, and we can rank again next month. We can rank all the way up until July. Cassie could be a diamond by July if you got a hold of this and ran with it for yourself, because you could be emerald by July. If I, at Barely Ruby points, could be emerald in 1 month, you have 4 months to do it. There's nothing impossible. Like, my friend was 250 points last month. She's pushing for emerald this month. That's how insane, life changes, how fast. Nothing's too hard. If you are a new ambassador or just hit even like gold, you could absolutely go to Hawaii by September. If you get serious with your business, And it is mindset. That's exactly what it is. And like when I had that negative mindset, things weren't going so good. Even though I was doing the work, I was being consistent, and that does pay off. But when you have that positive mindset, that reflects onto your team, and everyone believes it, and you do work together, and like miracles happen, of course, with the Lord's blessing. But the mindset is so important for sure.
Okay, I think Tiffany, go
Katie,
for it.
how many people do you have working the business under you? Or how
Okay.
many people like this month did you have pushing for a rank?
Okay, so I have always had a very strong one leg. I've been standing on one leg for like 3 years. My one friend Deb, she was half of my team. When I was hitting 500 Ruby points, she's hitting 250 senior gold points. She is half of my ordering team. And then I had two other legs. Neither were gold. They weren't even super silver. One had 2 orders under her that were consistent. She had probably 30 or 40 on her team, but she'd never quite hit gold. She kind of walked away. She's had 2 babies since then. So she came back. Like literally every worker person I've ever had came back to try for the stimulus. And that's what was all part of it. So I had lots of people pushing to earn that, which is something you guys can do this month because the stimulus is still there. It's not a stimulus, but the impact bonus is still there this month. So when we ranked, my friend Deb double ranked Ruby, senior Ruby. So that was her. Under her, she had one person go senior gold who wasn't even super silver last month, you guys. She went senior gold. So basically a double rank there. And then she had 2 other girls hit gold. And one of them added 12 by like the last week. It was crazy. So there wasn't anybody that was really beyond much past silver to super silver under her. Okay. So then under me, I had 2 girls. And one of them had 1 person order from the month before, and she signed 19 people between their new people. She had 3 people join, and 3 of them went silver. So that's instantly 9 people. She signed the other like 10 people herself, under herself and her husband. So she went gold, and she went well beyond gold. She's like at 150 some points. So that's what she ended at. The other girl, she signed 1 person, and that girl went silver. But then she signed everybody else, and I think they added a good 15 people. So and then I had a girl randomly write me after I posted on Instagram. She said, I'm over here. I've been seeing your health post. I want to try it, and I'm super bored. What's this business about? And she signed 13 people in 4 days. And that wasn't even an event. She doesn't even have Facebook. She just reached out to her warm market. I told her to write her Frank's list of her 100 people that she knows closest to her and start messaging them. And that's exactly what she did. So now I have like 5 people working that are super silver and beyond, because 2 other people, we had 5 super silvers, 5 golds, 1 senior gold, 1 ruby, 1 senior ruby, all ranked last month, plus almost 30 silvers. So now I have a lot of people working, but that wasn't something that was happening last month, which means you're not behind. Like those things can happen this month for your team. Like all those people that aren't even silver yet can hit silver, and then they can be super silver just by adding people under them and getting somebody else to be added and add 3 people under them and just multiplying that. One lady we did a Zoom for, and with her Amish friends, she went to their house with a couple packs of Slim. Me and Joanna jumped on a Zoom, and then she sat there with her phone because they don't have any sort of technology. The one lady that was at the Zoom events, one friend of hers, because she would be their driver occasionally, she signed up and signed 10 people under her, like the next day. And so like she signed 5 sisters and her husband. Then under her husband, she signed her mom and 2 other like brothers-in-law, so she could go super silver because she wanted the money. And they wanted to all try they just all 10 of them straight up ordered the triplex. 10 Amish people. And I'm like, if they're loving those products, like I can't even imagine now what my friend, she's my level 2, like I can't even imagine what her team could be at even by next month if those Amish people all decide their friends need this. Like that's how fast things can change. Just one person that you know, like that's why we share and like get everybody you can silver, like get them that impact bonus, share with them. Like you could make $600 and some or whatever it is this month, and like that can be life changing. We had our water heater go out $700. We didn't have the money for it. We had to put it on a credit card in March because we didn't have the money for it. Like $600 would have been a huge deal to me in March. You know what I mean? Like there's people like that right now that need it. Start with the bonus, share about it. And one thing I did that I keep forgetting to tell everybody that I've talked to, every night, if we had somebody get that bonus, we shared. And if you don't have people yet on your team, share somebody else on your stories. I created graphics out the wazoo and announced every night on my Instagram. I would do like Star Wars anthem, like then I would post like, this person earned $300, this person earned their business bonus, this one earned this, and I would share every night like, oh, you guys have all been waiting all day to see this, whether they were or not. But that is what excited people on my Instagram. I signed most of my people from Instagram that I don't know, but they were watching those things come forward. And they're like, how are they making this money? Like, what does it take to earn that money? I think I might be curious. I have a couple friends. I would be like, she's added 3 friends and earned $325. She added 6 friends and she earned $700. Like, that's huge. Like, that's a lot of money. And you can do it under your husband. Like, one girl, she did, and like, she's gonna make like $1,500 or $1,600 because they added 12 people. She went super silver, and they each got their bonuses. Like, that's in 2 weeks of doing it. She earned like $1,500. So that was huge, and I keep forgetting about that. But if you don't have the stories yet this month, borrow the ones from last month and share them from other teams' sidelines. Get people excited. Your team will be on fire, and other people will notice. Like, people were writing me that I was like, I don't even know who you are, and they've been watching my stories, because people are curious. They're like, if there's something going on, they're nosy in a good way, and that's what you want. You want that curiosity. So do share any kind of wins. And if it's our last month's wins, share them anyway. Do it again this month. Like, I do truly think that opened up a lot of awareness to what was going on in our team. Yeah, I think that was a huge thing as well.
Awesome. Anybody else? All right, Patricia, go.
Okay. Hi. Okay. So when you do these events, do you like create a group for them and then have them pull into that group, or do you just go like on their Facebook page?
Good question. No, I create event pages instead of groups. Events keep all the things in order. I just like it better. The only negative that we found as we were doing this is that you can get blocked from commenting if you comment 1,000 times. So like, if you're going through lives and your person sponsors like, hey, this, or yeah, that, or whatever, eventually they might not be able to comment anymore because it's a spam risk thing. But it really wasn't a big deal. And they're so easy to make. And you just like put the header on, you put the little paragraph, and I just basically redid it for every single one. Exactly. I just carbon copied basically everything. And then it's literally just the welcome post about an hour before. Tell us how you know the host. How do you know Katie? Where did you meet? Whatever. And then the first thing on there is a live. It starts at whatever, 8 o'clock. I jump on, introduce myself, tell everybody I'm so happy they're here. In the meantime, the person who you're doing the event for, so say you have Sally who's joining, you're like, I'm setting all the event page up. As soon as it's all set up, I'm sending you a link. Send it to all your friends. Go to the link, invite them that way. Then private message them the link and say, I'm so excited about this event. There's giveaways. We're gonna have lots of fun. There's games. You guys come check it out. We've been bored. Let's do this. And so like, then they're double inviting plus sending the message. And people would like, maybe if you get 20 people to come, that doesn't sound like a lot if you've invited 200. But I mean, if you get 3 to 6 people signed up from those 20, that's incredible.
Yeah,
like incredible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, and we just did the same thing. So we tried not to do, we noticed that when we did like, say I signed up 2 people and did them together, it never seemed quite as effective because you want only your friends in there and they want to see you interacting.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's important, even though it's more work to be like not combining events. I think it was more profitable in the long run to do everybody's individually, and events run out. So I set them to expire 24 hours after our event. And I would say, okay, I would announce the winners of all the games. And then I would say, okay, 24 hours special. And then I would tell my friend, okay, go to every person that came or communicated during the event, message them and be like, girlfriend, what did you think? Like, could you relate with any of that? Like, I'm so excited for you to get started with this, and just act like they were going to get started in it. And then they would be like, okay, so tell me more. And then we would go right into it. So what are your health goals? How can I, like that, knowing that helps me tell you what you need. And it just was like cookie cutter. We just said, this is what you do, copy it. And we used to always do 3-way messages, where we're like, put me in a group and be like, this is my sponsor. She knows more. She's been in it longer. But we've noticed some people don't like sharing intimate information with people that are strangers in there. I probably wouldn't. And so what I do is say, okay, get in your message. As soon as they message you, you ask for their health goals. As soon as they say their health goals, I need to lose a little weight and I have really bad insomnia, then screenshot that to me. Let me know what that is. So they would send me it. And I'd be like, okay, here's the welcome kit. Give them 2 options, maybe even 1. Triplex maybe, or maybe the one with like whatever else they needed. Because if you give them too many options, they tend to back up and don't try it. When you say, okay, this is girlfriend, this is what you need. We've got to get you started on this right away. And it's also like $60 off. You can't miss this. Because it is with Plexus as it is, it's already $40 or $50 off, plus a different $10 or $20 we added onto that as a appliance. We added combined codes or whatever. So that was something else too. Instead of putting people into the message, and then if they're like, yes, I want to sign up, we didn't let people sign up on their own. I would say, okay, I'm going to call and walk you through the process, or you can send me your information, which is easiest for you. Because sometimes people just get lost and they sign up as customers accidentally, or they forget to place the order and it's a nightmare, or they go into the system and they're floating and we don't know where they are, and so we have to get on customer service, all of that. So I don't give people the option anymore. I say, hey, let's get you started. And they're like, how do I get started? I'm like, okay, there's two options. I can call you as soon as you're available and I will walk you through the process. Or I have this little script that I send them. It says, here's the info I need. And it's like all the information. I'm like, or you can text me this, because it's more like private to text something. And almost always they just say, you know what, honestly, it'd be easier for me to do it. I'm like, they're like, it's easier if you just do it for me. And they send me all their information and I plug them right in. So what I tell my level ones, especially if they're new and they don't know how to do all that, adding a new person, I say, just get their information. When you're done with the information, just screenshot it and send it to me. That way, you know, they don't have to feel uncomfortable with someone else seeing their information, but that way they know that they're getting set up the right way. Because it's so much harder to be like, hey, you guys put them under the wrong sponsor. Can you please fill out this email and then please send it into this person? It's a nightmare, and they get lost, and a week later you're still dealing with it, and it's stressful, and like you can lose your business building bonus if you don't get it, and all this stuff. So do it for them. Either get them on the phone to do it, and sometimes getting them on the phone, I will say, okay, you can tell me, I can log into Plexus, you can tell me it over the phone, or I can walk you through it, which sounds better if they prefer to do it over the phone. So that's just kind of what we did, and I feel like we saved a lot of tangled up confusion because of that way.
Yeah.
There was a question.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes. So I just saw a question. They said they had, or comment saying they had someone sign up without a welcome pack. Yes. So that happened with 2 people on our team. Some teams were pushing just join for $9.94 and then make your stimulus bonus and then buy your kit. We found that didn't happen, and that was double the work, because then we were having to get them to sign up for $9.94. Then we had to beg them later, have an event, and then if they did have an event and weren't successful, they weren't going to buy that kit. Those 2 people they'd never bought their kits. And I'm like, I had a friend who actually had like 20 people sign up with just the $9.94. And then she was going back the last week of the month trying to get them to order. They didn't have time to get a stimulus by that point. Not really. And they weren't going to go spending money now. Now, granted, this month, if they order, Slim and Metaburn, they're going to qualify. And that's awesome. But you didn't get the contest credits. You didn't get the business building bonus for that work you did. And you were having to do double the work. So I tell my team, you're not allowed to tell people they can join for $9.94. I don't even know if that's a thing this month. I haven't even looked. So then I complete the 5th. But yeah, so I'm just like, guys, it's so much more work, and you're not helping them by doing that. That's not helping them. They're not getting products, so they're not going to see any change. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, what mine did was that she ordered the combo that was exactly the same as the welcome pack, but
yes,
got the
paid way
combo
more.
instead of, and I messaged my level 1 and got nothing back, and I messaged my new level 2 and let her know, like, if you call customer service, they could probably get this worked out, and you're gonna get, the refund for the difference, and I just got nowhere.
So we had one person that did that. Like, she signed up under her sister-in-law, and she ordered as a customer. It was like $160 for like just the triplex, no membership, nothing, no benefits. And so I was like, oh my goodness, let's call in. So she gave me her information. I called in and I said, hey, we intended to sign up and I wanted to get the best price. And I signed up, by myself or whatever. I had her sign up or say that or whatever. And then, can I refund that and still upgrade to an ambassador? And they said yes. So what the process is for that, they email her a shipping label. They said when your first box comes, because it had already shipped like the next day because they're so fast, which is awesome. But so they emailed the UPS label, and then she slapped that on there and got that to the UPS store, and then she just upgraded. And so then they refunded her card immediately, and then they plugged her right into the system. She was in there in less than 24 hours. So it isn't a problem, but you do need to watch when you have someone say they're going to sign up and then you don't see them, check on it right away, because they could be floating under somebody else, or they could be accidentally a customer, or maybe they thought they pushed order and then they're still sitting there. So oftentimes I'll ask for their username and password, and I'll just log in to kind of see what happened, because then I can see who their sponsor was if they messed up, and I can see like any errors that happen. And a lot of times people don't mind. I can, to get their email and password or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't even know she had signed anybody up or was trying to until I saw it in my office. And then this ambassador that I have, she looks like she wants to work, but she's not getting our help. She's not answering.
You should do a Zoom with Cassie and get her on there and just let her, just say, hey, let's do an event. You sound like you were loving your products. People are already ordering under you. That's amazing. Praise her big time for that. Just for, obviously she shared about it, or, else somebody that they wouldn't know about it, but just say, hey, let us help you so that we can get your products paid for, and then do an event for her. But let her know she can go to her uplines. Even if it's just you, that you're reaching out to her and letting her know a few things, get her on the phone, let her ask questions, or give her like a video to watch that would help her. Because you might have a business builder you don't even know about in your back office, and maybe she just she's unsure, she doesn't know how to share. So that's like up to you to make sure that you're tap rooting, if that's a level 1 in between you, that you're helping her, because she could be a diamond sitting down there that you don't know about.
Exactly. So tap rooting means that you're reaching down, you're getting to know those people and loving on them and helping them in other ways. And so your situation, Kathleen, we have definitely been helping her. It is going to have to be belief in her and just decide when she's ready, and she will come around. I think keep loving on her, keep giving her, tag her in Diamond Docs, tag her in things that she can see. So this one she's talking about, somebody else is loving on her, got her to start doing makeup stuff, and now she's posting about all that. And the thing is makeup, don't get me wrong, makeup is great, but it's not as long and lasting as what we have. So she might come around if it is her time to, and that's okay. And I think that the thing is if you keep pouring that belief into her, she could possibly come around, because I can attest to a lot of these people that I just truly believed, and I kept loving on y'all because I knew I could see it in you. I could see that you could be where you're at and more every single day. And so you just keep loving on her, whether she crickets you or not. And you just keep saying, I just want you to know I'm thinking of you right now. And I think you're
and be posting. Show how excited you are about what you're doing. Because obviously if she was drawn to makeup, she probably thought that person was making a lot of money. Trust me, Plexus people make money much better than any makeup company out there. I know for a fact. I have a friend of Mary Kay. She's been in it for 20 some years. She is their top earner. She makes about $50,000 a year, and she has a car. But that's Ruby Senior Ruby Pay. You can't re-sign under yourself. You cannot sign your husband. So the opportunity, she's maxed it out. In 20 years, she's been doing that. Had she put that effort into Plexus, she would probably be a double diamond with a diamond husband with an unlimited amount of income. Yet, other companies can't offer what we have. So get excited. And if that means sharing, if you're not to the business part where it's like crazy, awesome, and changing your life completely, share about other people, share their stories in your feed, share their testimonies, get people on your page to maybe do a testimony on there, or even go live on your page or something like that. For people who've had success, use theirs, believe theirs, to show others that this is an exciting place to be. There is not a better company than Plexus to be in. We have something so special. I was telling my friend today, I was like, you know what? God gifted me with Plexus. I didn't ask him for it. And I'm like, I would have joined somebody. I know what the type of person I am. I would have wanted to do something from home. And I wouldn't be praying over my team if they were just buying makeup. That's not changing their lives. But I pray over my people to see changes in their health, because it can change their lives, and they can change other people's lives more than a lipstick will never do that. A spatula will never do that. We have something truly special and unique with Plexus, because we are changing lives. Truly changing lives, whether that's financially or with our health. If you don't have your health, what do you have? And if you don't have your health, it's all about you until you get your health back. And it means you can't pour into other people. So we're so blessed to be where we are. So if you're not at that point of Emerald or Ruby or Senior Ruby even, then you need to be sharing about other people who are, and build that belief in your company and be super excited about it. And that will rub off on other people.
Yeah, Katie, I just want to tell you that I started in January, and in the first 2 months, my blood sugar went from 400 to 100.
Whoa. So you share that, right? You've shared that with you post about it. Oh my goodness, that's insane. But like, there's probably people under you, possibly. Like, I had a friend, she signed another girl, and the girl used the products for 2 months and lost 20 pounds. She just started sharing, and she's like, okay, I made my first post. I said, send it to me. Let me see before you post it. She just goes, they don't know these things. And she's like, said something like, I started these products. I loved how I'm feeling on them. If you ever heard of Plexus. I'm like, girlfriend, add in a few details. I've lost 20 pounds in 2 months. I feel better. I'm sleeping better. I have more energy. My husband can tell that I'm a happier wife. Have you ever tried Plexus? And you know what? She signed 3 people that night after she posted. She had like 9 comments. I was like, you have to give details. Share. Don't just be vague, because somebody out there, maybe I don't want it for weight loss, but I wanted it for autoimmune problems. Like I don't resonate with that weight loss thing, but I did with immune problems. And so you need to be very, very like, mix up your stories, mix up your testimonials, mix up your product posting. And whether it's an active, you need an active. You've got homeschool mamas out there who are now homeschooling, who've never done it in their lives. They need some active right now. Be excited about that new active coming. You've got people out there who do have sugar problems. Hey, did you guys know that Plexus was designed originally, the Slim was designed for diabetics to help regulate their insulin levels? Like, how amazing is that? And now everyone can use it. It has gut health properties in it and whatever. Like, be excited about what we have, because like you are seeing, like, it's changing your life. That's incredible.
Love it. Okay, what other questions do we have before we close up? Because I don't want to take all of her time, as much as I would love it, but. Hannah, go for it.
Just trying to see if anybody else wanted to go. So my #1 dream teamer signed up months ago. And I have inspired her to work her business, which is not Plexus. So it's Young Living. And I keep trying to pour into her and like explain this is what an opportunity this is. The problem I've come across with a couple people are, and I just kind of want to know how you handle this. Multiple people were reaching out to her about Plexus. And so we'll just focus on her. This is how, but she decided to go with me, but she feels guilty about ever posting about it or ever sharing about it, because she doesn't want to, hurt their feelings. And I'm like, you can even make a post and, block her out of it. But she just won't do it because she's having a, I don't know, she doesn't want to hurt feelings. So what do you do for situations like that? I mean, she's truly the number, because I already have Rachel and stuff and she's working. So like, she's my #1 and she won't share, but now she's encouraged to work her business, not ours.
Well, I would say, I had a friend who I worked really hard with. She reached out to me on Instagram. I didn't really know her at that point. We developed a relationship. I did all of the work. I shared testimonies. I convinced her to try the products. And the day she was joining, she found out one of her really close college friends did it and obligated herself and signed up with her. And she felt so bad, but she's like, I'm so sorry. I know that you have done so much work with me and I feel so bad, but my friend, I would just feel very bad if I don't sign with her. Was I disappointed? Hugely, because I was like, I did all the work. And that happens to everybody. Like multiple times it will happen, and it's hard because you see them and you're like, oh, but whatever. This girl went a year with the products, loved the products, and then decided she wanted to share. And her friend's like, well, I'm not working the business. I just signed you to get a bonus or whatever. She's like, I'm not really interested. So she's like, then she comes back to me a year later and she goes, I don't know what to do. I've watched you work your business. I want to join your team, but now I'm signed with her. And she's the one that went gold this week. And she ended up signing under her husband, under me. And then she builds now under him, under herself, because it had been 6 months, then she could re-sign. But basically, like, though she was worried about a similar thing. Had she signed with me, she would hurt her friends' feelings. But here's the thing that everyone has to get past, and this is just part of maturing in this business. Like I was a very strong 2-wing with the secret 3, but I'm really a 3 with the secret 2. But my 2 had completely taken over. I worried so much about what people thought of me, my family, my relatives, my in-law, like brothers-in-law and sisters-in-law, like everybody. I didn't want to be that person. Like, we travel all around the country. People are going to see me in churches, and I don't want to be like, I'm begging for your money, and then like we're preaching to you. It's weird. And I let them decide who was going to pay my bills. Were those people sending me money? Nope, they weren't sending me money. They weren't paying my bills. And until I realized that, you know what, those people can unfriend me, they can block me, but I have to do what's best for my family with my husband's approval. And since he encouraged me, I was able to get out of myself and my pride of what people thought of me. And so she is at that point. She's worried what someone's going to think about her. And do I still block people from my posts? I do, because I love my family. And the ones that haven't blocked me because of my posts or unfriended me, I try to be above that. And so I do try to hide my Plexus posts, not because I'm being secretive, but because I'm trying to be respectful. So if I know someone has a problem like that that's close to me, I do try to respect that. But I've got to a point where I just straight up don't care. But it took me a long time. It took me years, like 3 years in. Like a year ago, I kind of decided that, like, you know what? I don't care. This business is a blessing, and God gave it to me when I needed it. And so for your friend, she is a 2, it sounds like, that has a very big deal with like what people are going to think, and she's worried about that. I don't know if you could maybe do a book study with her and just help her with that, or she could block people from her post for a while and just share privately. But it really comes down to, if that's going to stop her, it's going to stop her down the road one way or another. It's going to be either this person that she's worried about, or it's going to happen again with somebody else. So that's something she's going to have to get over. And I don't know, Cassie, I'm not sure. I know for myself what it took me, but they have to want to let go of that. And it's hard, like, to not care what somebody thinks about you when people are ugly and say things about you, and all you know is your heart just wants to help people. Like, I've cried many tears over what people have said, because it's so wrong. And I try to be different as a network marketer. It's a hard job, and it's a hard job because people are what we work with every day. And whenever you deal with people, you deal with a lot of problems. But I would say if she could get over that, then she would be empowered. Like, she would empower herself. Like, she's putting herself in a cage right now, because if she's worried about her in that area, this one person, then she's worried about people in other areas, and that's hampering her from ever growing and getting to be what God probably made her to be. You know what I mean? So I don't know, Cassie. I don't know what I would say to, like, I know what I'd say for myself, but I'm not sure what I would do exactly.
I think the hardest thing is, you know this person best. We don't. And I feel like you're going to know how to talk to her in a way that she might listen. It might be like I just said in the chats, like, just keep pouring into her and just let her know, how much you appreciate her, how much that, her coming to you means to you. You could even just ask her to share your stuff, so it doesn't feel like she's doing it. It's more of like, hey, this is my friend Hannah and her story. I thought I would just share it. Things like that to get her. I mean, she could even secretly reach out to people and never post. We've seen that. We've seen people grow tremendously that have never posted. You could do events with her, things like that. It's just going to have to be
baby steps.
Yes, baby steps.
Yeah, I've talked to her. I'm like, well, if you're not comfortable, because when I said block, she's like, I'm not comfortable doing that. I'm like, then send people messages in Messenger, let your family know. It's a friend, so focusing on your family. Because
is your friend working business?
Huh?
Is her friend working the Plexus business?
I don't know if she's working the Plexus business. She just kept reaching out to her privately about Plexus, so I assume probably. But she's like,
maybe just honestly, if she's not doing anything already, it's not going to hurt you to do this, and it's just going to be a hard talk. I would probably go to her and say, look, I value you so much. I can see potential in you. I could see you as a diamond someday. That's how much I believe in you. But right now, it's never going to happen with you on my team, because you're not able to let go of that relationship, as far as like having that burden of worrying about it. And so, like, here's the two things. Would you be willing to go to your friend and say, look, I have joined Hannah. I love her team. I bonded with her. Like, I just want to let you know there's nothing personal in me branching out my business with Hannah, but I wanted to come to you because I love you as a friend. But or she needs to just join her friend, and that's horrible to say. But if she thinks that she needs to be there anyway, or if she doesn't want, if that person's holding her back, say, look, I'm releasing you. If it means that you're going to be on this other person's team, I want you to know you can go to her and release her. Because if she's like, no, Hannah, I really do want to be with you, then you're going to be like, look, then this is what needs to happen. And then you'll be able to be that confident person. But if you don't have this talk with her, gently, and do the whole kiss. You give a compliment. You tell her what you truly believe in her, and then tell her, look, this has got to change, because right now you're not blessing, like your family's not getting what you could be getting, what you could do, because I can see that potential in you. And since this relationship's holding that back, I don't want to be the person holding you back. So either move and join her and just go with this, because I know you're going to be amazing. And as your friend, I want what's best for you, or I want you as my runner, because I know that we can do this together. And just give her those two options and let her make that decision. And if she continues to stay in limbo, you can't do anything until she's ready. But if it makes her think about it, then you'll know one way or another. And at least the hard decision's been made.
Yes. And I feel like here's the biggest thing that she's talked about is confidence. Like, y'all have the confidence and to reach out and to love on these people, keep pouring belief, keep pouring love, all the things. It will happen in its time. And just so good. I mean, Tiffany right now, like all the things, like it's so just breathtaking.
Yeah. Earlier you said something about if they haven't ordered in 6 months, clearing them out. I thought it was 1 year. I have a friend that hasn't ordered in 8 months. Her upline left. Her next upline left. So she's under like her third up, and there's no relationship. Like the lady sent her an email right when she became, I guess maybe her level 1 now.
Yeah.
I don't really know how it works, honestly. But she's been wanting to get under me. So she signed her husband under me. So she's been ordered through him, but it's been 8 months, and she's really wanting to get under me so she can do, her husband's not going to go to convention probably. I mean, she could and still hang out with us, right? But she's wanting to do our team stuff.
So did she wipe her account out when she first signed her husband under you? Do you know, she called in and like got herself terminated?
No, she emailed them and they said that you had to wait. I think it was 6 months at that point,
right,
to be able. So it's been 8 months.
So had she renewed, if she has not ordered in the last 6 months or renewed her membership in the last 6 months, Cassie can call tomorrow and she can tell them the name, like her ID number or email, if you have that, and she will literally be wiped out in 5 minutes. And she can be signed up new, brand new, fresh.
So what is the 1 year thing then?
That is if they've paid their membership. If they've paid their membership,
yes,
then they cannot sign for a year.
No. So not to contradict, but when I called the other day, she said if they haven't repaid their membership in the last 6 months, so maybe it's changed, but it was all about 6 months. Order, if they have renewed their membership, then they've ordered since September, they can't do it. They can't be cleared out right now.
Right.
However, I do know that I've seen people like re-sign up just using a different email and it works. So I don't know if that's good or bad. I just know it works. And so, but it's better to wipe them out, like obviously. But yeah, you can fill out the form, but to call in, it literally takes like 5 minutes. I did it for probably 5 people on the last day of the month, and I was just like, wipe it. And so I was like, I'm wiping people out over here.
Yeah.
But yeah.
She even filled out the form and everything, and then they're like, no. So then she ordered on her husband. So it's been 8 months.
Yeah, and it must be picky. They're getting pickier on doing 1 year if they paid their membership. And so if they have not paid their membership, we're good. We can clear tons of people. But again, it doesn't, like, just send me names. We can figure it out. And whether they tell me yes or no, I'm either going to get a yes or no. So it's, you know what I mean? We can try it. Just send. This is for everybody. You all got
Yes.
people. Send me all your old people that are ready to sign up. It's not going to hurt.
And that's the thing, you can tell them, and for you, like, especially this month, the stimulus started all over again. So if
Yes.
you get 3 old people to re-sign, you've instantly got that $100 bonus, and you've got all those people brand new, fresh to start again with all of our new products they haven't even heard about or tried. Like, it's a whole new ballgame. They can go with the Skincare College and Joyome,
Yep.
or they can do Active, Metaburn, and Slim, and like, those are huge game changers. So like these products that maybe they tried 3 years ago that they stopped, they don't even know what we have now. Everything's different. Like, this is a whole new game.
Right. And I think that's the beauty is you'd be like, guess what? Slim's different than the last time you tried. Or guess what? We have Active. Maybe they didn't like Slim. Maybe they didn't or notice a difference. So then you do the Active, Ease, and Slim. I mean, there's other combos, but do something that you know they might see immediate change. Then hook them, get them going, and then start working on something else. If you know their past, like of why they stopped.
Right, right.
Okay, anybody else? Growth questions. I mean, y'all, Katie, you don't know, but all these people in here are going for huge goals this month. A lot, because I literally, every day I was like, look where she's at. She's already added it. So I was telling everybody about your stuff the whole time.
We had a customer service Zoom that we started. So we're going to do 2 a week, every week. We're going to have everybody that can. There's 2 a day. So today we did it at 11 o'clock and 8 o'clock. And I had all of the people go to one or the other, kind of like mandatory, and write every single person we signed last month. We signed 239 people. That's a whole lot of people to have to keep up with. And so I can't do it. I can't have that connection with my level 5s. They don't even know my level 5s because they're new. So what I'm saying, so we got on there and we told everybody, okay, we have the whole album of all of the kits to start out, tells how to take the product. So everybody has those. Message your person, make sure they get their products, send them how to get started chart, and then write on their calendar every week on this day for the next 4 weeks, and checking in on them so we don't lose people, because retention is so important. And that's something I've failed in the past. Customer service is everything. They signed with you and not GNC for a reason. You are able to give them products. You're able to help them along the way. You're their friend. They trusted you in the first place. We can't let them down. But we did those things. And where was I going before that? Anyway, that's another thing that we're doing this month to try to hold on to those people and keep them using the products and loving the products. There was something else, but I
love that. Well, we were talking about big goals, but a lot of these people have power hours this week.
Yes.
So use that as customer care. Let's have some customer care in those power hours. Okay, go Katie.
And I told my girls, I said, you write down the rank you want, and then I want you to write the one above that. And that's the one you're shooting for. Because if you shoot, like they say, you shoot for the moon, you still land in the stars. You want to hit Ruby this month, shoot for Senior Ruby, because you're going to blow past Ruby and you're going to be almost a Senior Ruby. So next month, maybe even in the middle of the month, you're going to be able to waltz on by Ruby on towards Emerald. And that's like every girl that ranked last month passed their ranks they were hoping for. They thought they would barely hit, and they're already halfway to their next rank. So if you do that in mindset, just say, I'm doing this rank, then you're still going to get this, which is still amazing. And beyond that, which is even more of a blessing. So go big, like dream big, because this month is like literally April number 2. Just focus on that, and anything can happen. I'm here to tell you, anything can happen this month, just like it happened last month. We have the Healthy Happy Code, we have the Impact bonus, we have everything the same as last month. Like, why shouldn't it just happen all over again? You know what I mean? We're gonna get Cassie Sapphire this month.
Oh, I mean, that would be great, but let's just re-rank to Emerald. Sapphire is my above, right? It's my above. So I'm excited. And I think the same thing like she just said, shoot for something that you know, like, I got this. But you're going to have to, this is what I told y'all, every single day, write your affirmation down, look at it. You're staring at your goals. I want you to do a motivational call, something, so that when we all know there might be days you're like, I really don't want to wake up at 7 a.m. to do my power hour, or I really don't want to do that. You're going to have those goals in front of you to remind you to do those things. So stick to that. It's only May 5th, y'all. We make every day count. Every day count. Okay, anybody else? Okay, well, Katie, I love you. And if there's any more questions, I know it'll happen. It'll almost happen. Everybody loved your wording. So you are like wording guru, and I'm going to put this on YouTube so that they can go and write all the things down so they can have. But I think really all it was that she talked about, y'all make it simple, make it easy, and just share, like for real. Just be like, just like she said with the events, make it a non-negotiable, especially when you're adding people to our team page. Make it a non-negotiable. Guess what? You're on our team page now. Guess what? We're going to do an event for you. Guess what? Take all the guesswork out of it. Make it so easy that all they have to do is just invite people. I mean, I know I only had y'all required to do one event. Y'all smash that. Do as many as you can this month for all of your new people and old people. Like Katie, did you do any for older people?
Yes, we fresh started multiple people for sure. We even had people like leaders do events. Like the girl that went gold, we had her do an event with some people because it had been 2 years since she signed. I don't know if we ever did an event for her. So she's like, can I do one? I'm like, yeah, girl. Like, I want you to get all the people you know, she needed every person she could to get her team there just as much as like new people, old people. Like, I mean, I might do myself an event. Who even knows? Like, I have new friends. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, there's no like weird. That's not weird at all. Let's like go for it. Old people, new people. So give them a fresh start.
Yeah. I love it. Well, Katie, you're inspiring. This team is going to hit their goals. You watch. I can guarantee you're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus graphics all over my wall because all these people are going to be hitting their goals this month. It's happening.
Yes, everyone can do it. Every single one of you. It's like so exciting. I cannot wait for May 31st to happen because it's going to be amazing. And thank you guys for letting me share. It was super fun, Cassie, and I love you too. And I'm praying for you guys. I will add you all to my prayer list. And we're going to just make this a memorable May.
Yes, we are. Okay, you guys, if you want to stay on, I'm going to stop the recording. I'm working a power hour. So, love you, Katie. I'll talk to you soon.
Love you too. Thank you, ladies.
Katie.
Bye.
Bye.